Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Tony G, one of the hosts of the show This is the Future, unfortunately. This is the future, unfortunately. This is episode 19. I'm going to get my co-host there, Mr. Alex Rios from Oregon to join us. So, here we go. Ring ring, ring ring. Hey, here he is. What's up,
Hey,
man?
how you doing there, sweet cheeks?
I'm good, banana boat.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's right, girl. What's up?
Not much, man. Does your closet have bricks in it?
Bricks?
Yeah, is there bricks in your closet?
No. Mm-mm.
No?
No, not that. Like bricks, like to build a house with?
Yeah, yeah. Like maybe there was bricks in your house and there's some right there.
No, it's a sewing machine and like a green bin, and then there's some clothes and then toys and shit.
I see bricks up there, man.
Well, hey, yes.
I see dead people too.
If you want there to be bricks, hey,
I don't know, man. I
you
thought
got
maybe you
bricks.
guys got bored and you got some of that that what do they call it? Like wallpaper, but it looks like bricks. I thought,
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
some people like redesign their bedroom. I thought maybe you just did the closet. I don't know.
kind of like cheap comedy clubs I've done before. That instead of like I've done it wasn't a comedy club. It was a comedy space in San Francisco. It was really cool, actually. It was in the basement of like a video store, like a movie store, like a movie rental place.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it. It's in San Francisco, and you go down in the basement, and then there's probably like they have actual like theater seats, like movie
Yeah,
theater
yeah.
seats at the front, and you sit down.
Mhm.
Probably like 30, fit 30 people in there, if that. And they just had like a vinyl printout of a red brick wall, like like probably like 6 by 6. If you have a camera, all you could see is the comic and that.
Right. We do things like this to keep the cost low for you all.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Um,
man.
so
Well,
what's up, man?
not much, dude. You ready to drink alcohol?
Well, I have to be honest with you. I'm
Uh,
not. I'm taking a break. Uh, so sorry to leave you alone, but I will drink a liquid with you. But you go ahead and drink a beer. I'll tell. All right, let's crack our
no,
beverages.
no, we're good. I got water, man. No problem.
All right. Well, here. This is a LaCroix. It's a uh, water for the modern man.
Ah, there. That should sell it.
So here, this is why I'm taking a break on drinking. I'll tell you why.
All
All
right.
right. So it kind of started when it started. I think it started last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, the other podcast I do, Chumba and Wamba. That's the name of the podcast, Chumba and Wamba. I'm letting the 12 people that watch our podcast or our show know that I have another podcast called Chumba and Wumba, and it's called Chumba and Wumba because the other host and I, when we stand next to each other, we look like a Chumba and Wumba because he's like 400 pounds. Well, he lies. He says he's 360, but he's 400. And
Fuck.
and then
Like
I'm me.
refrigerator
So,
Perry, dude. That's a big
yeah,
motherfucker right there.
yeah, so we look like whatever a Chumba and Wumba is. That's what we look like. Has nothing to do with the band. But anyway, they came. Him and the producer Randall. They came over, and we did a socially distanced episode when they were sitting in chairs outside of the garage, at the garage door open, and I was in the garage, and we recorded an episode that way. Usually, throughout the last 6-7 months, we've been doing it through Zoom like this, except he doesn't live in Philly. Anyway, we ended up getting really trashed, and drinking until like 1 a.m. So I had a really bad hangover, and I've realized you get a little older and you're in your 30s, hangovers really fucking hurt. Real
Yep.
fucking bad. So I took a night off. I didn't drink the next day, and then the day after that, I was like, I'm not gonna drink. And everyone here was cracking beers. I'm like, man, I want to party. So I cracked a bunch of beers. Next thing I know, this is the last thing I remember, is where me and my friend Scott are chugging bottles of tequila like this, FaceTiming our old boss.
Fuck. That's fun, I guess.
And there's pictures of
Sounds rough.
that my girlfriend's mom took of us. My friend is dating my girlfriend's sister, so that's why he's over all the time, is because they're together, so he's over. So anyway, there's pictures that my girlfriend's mom took of us with our shirts off, pushing our chests together like this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember any of that. Remember none of that.
But you do that shit when you're sober. I mean,
yeah, no, that's just funny. I'm not.
Yeah, okay. I was like, that's no reason to quit.
Like all of this, I want you to keep in mind. I'm not taking a break so people could pat me on the back. Oh, you good job. You're done drinking. No, I'm getting back on that drunk horse, and I'm gonna ride it till the fucking wheels fall off. But I'm just taking a break to clear my head, So I don't need a pound. It's just like I'm just taking a break for myself. So, and then all of a sudden, so we're FaceTiming my boss, chugging bottles. I'm chugging a half gallon of Alto's tequila.
Fuck.
Just drinking it. It was brand new bottle. Now there's about this much left, and we finished off his fifth. So we drank a bunch of beers, so we were wasted.
Fuck.
The next thing I remember after FaceTiming my boss, it was just black, nothingness, just dark. And all of a sudden I just come to, and he's on the ground, and I just remember him going, "Help me, man, help me." He's on the kitchen floor. He's like, "Help me." And I'm like, "No, man." I'm standing over him. I'm like, "No, man, you could do it. Get up. You could do it yourself. Come on, let's go." And then nothing. It's black again. And then I wake up sitting on the floor, but against my bed like this, and I just pop up, and all of my toys are all over the floor. And then I just start throwing up all over myself.
What?
Just throw up right on the floor. And I'm like crawling and throwing up. And this part I really remember. And then I start throwing up in the toilet. I get done. And then I get done throwing up. I come back. I clean it all up. Right? I did actually a good job, for being fucking wasted. I did a pretty good job. Then I got in the shower because I was naked. Because when I throw up, I just decide to get naked. So I got naked. And
what the fuck? Still working on that one.
Which is would be a weird sight, because I'm naked on all fours cleaning up vomit. So if anyone woke up, they would see a really weird sight.
How did anyone not wake up?
Because everyone else was fucking hammered.
Good answer.
So I go to take a shower. I remember getting the shower. Then it goes black again, just fucking nothingness. Then I wake up about an hour and a half later, I'm guessing, laying down in the tub with the shower running over me, and the water is just ice cold. And I wake up just, oh God.
What?
So that's why I'm taking a break.
Yeah, you gotta reset so you can, build up to that again. You don't want to do that every weekend and end up like Jim Morrison.
So yeah.
Fuck me, man. That's pretty funny though. Like, how did the toy thing happen? Did you think you started playing and then it just didn't work out, or?
I was probably just stumbling around, like just.
And your lady didn't wake up.
No, she's passed out. She was drinking too. She wasn't as drunk as I was, but she was. She does the smart thing. She gets a little buzz and then she just goes to sleep. She's not like fucking. I want to fucking climb a mountain and butt fucking 7-Eleven. Like she knows. Like, you know me, I'm a pretty mellow guy, but when I have some drink, I'm not like an angry drunk. I'm not mean.
No,
I'm
you're
very happy, jovial. I just turn into, how come you're not taking a shot? I just took a shot. You take a shot. You take a shot. You take a shot. Fuck you. Let's go. Like I'm just like party. And then, so I think that's another reason why I'm taking a break. Cause I'm like, you're 33. You don't need to force feed everyone you know shots of tequila.
Oh shit. That's fucking funny, man. Dude, you ever like see someone getting fucked up and you know them, so you know they're gonna get sick?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and you're like, hey man, you're gonna get sick. Like, I know you're gonna get sick. So I told my lady that last week. It was her birthday or something. Yeah, that was what it was.
Was her birthday or something?
It wasn't my fucking birthday.
He's drunk.
Yeah, whatever. No, so I told her, I was like, you're gonna throw up. She's been drinking wine. And then she came back and she smoked a little with me. And then I remember she was like giving me a massage, but I think she forgot who I was. And she like got to my ass and she was like, whoa, this is a really nice ass. I've never really seen this before. And I'm like, the fuck's going on back there, man? She taking my wallet too? Like, what the fuck is going on? So right after that, in the middle of like playing, it was fun. I've never had butt play before. So just someone like slapping my ass cheeks together. And I was like, this is neat. I do this with women all the time. This is cool. And so then right in the middle of that, I just feel her gut. Like, she didn't throw up on me. I'm not gonna don't get too excited. But I felt her stomach like just like bloop. I kind of felt it. I was like, oh, she's gonna throw up. And then she's like, I don't feel good. I'm like, no shit.
Like,
long story short,
like you heard her stomach go.
Well, yeah, I just like she was like on my back, so I just kind of felt it and heard like just like that, where your stomach's getting ready. It turns. You know what I mean? Where you're gonna throw up. I felt her stomach tell me she was gonna throw up, and then she says, "I don't feel good," and I'm like, "Yeah, no shit." And women are funny. She's like, "Don't watch me. Whatever you do, don't come in the bathroom and watch me get sick." And I'm like, on the list of shit that I want to do with my life, it's not on there. You've got nothing to worry about. Not my fucking hobby. Not going to take pictures with. I mean, I could have, but so in any case, she's in there, and I'm not going to. The bathroom is in the middle of the house, so like there's another bathroom. It's like really in the middle of the house. So no matter where you go, you're going to hear it. So she's in there, and I'm like, dude, I got the stereo on, and it sounds like someone's taking buckets of water and pouring them into the toilet. Just after like 6 buckets, I'm like, dude, there's no way that she has anything left. And then you just hear this, oh.
Oh man,
I mean, she didn't want me to go in there. I didn't want to go in there. I didn't. She spent 20 minutes with the sink getting dolled up or whatever she was doing. It was fantastic. I just love it when you tell someone, hey, you're going to get sick. And they're basically like, go fuck yourself. Like, okay, that's fine. I'll fuck myself while you're throwing up, because that's kind of what I did. I didn't fuck myself, but I had too much to drink too. But for different reasons. Another time she passed out on the floor. Like we were fooling around. We're in the middle of a session on the floor, had a blanket. But I walked away to get something for our session, and I came back, and she was laying face down, like she was standing at attention, but on her stomach, and her face was on her nose, like she was sleeping on her nose. So I was like, turn the head. There we go.
So she was planking like Tom Green, just like.
yes. But it was cool because like her hands were at the right length. Like it looked official. Like she was standing up at attention and then just fell over and just laid there for a couple of. I just left her there. I mean, I'm not. What am I gonna hurt my back? I'm gonna go easy. So I just let her rest there, and her nose was like down like that. It was like pushed in the ground. So I helped her with that because, you know, I don't want to look at a nose like that forever. So
I look at a nose like that.
it's not about what you have. It's what other people have to look at all the time, I noticed. So I love it when people get fucking smashed. And I don't like it when I don't like to do that anymore. Like what
Right.
you said, I could have two. I don't know. I don't want to do that anymore. 2 or 3, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I got like your lady, I got my limit. I know 2 or 3, I'm out. That's it. Smoke a
Right.
bowl, go to bed. No big deal. But beyond that, it's fucking over. I might as well just get a bucket and start pouring water into it because that's what's gonna
Right.
happen.
Well, because see, like when I was working and doing comedy, I didn't really have time to get fucking lit, fucking shit face all the time.
No, not if you're gonna perform again the next day.
Because I was like, you know, I get off work, have a little drink, like either like a mixed drink or nothing. Maybe nothing, maybe just something little. Go take a quick, you know, bathroom sink shower, put on some new clothes, run, drive, you know, an hour to go do comedy in front of hillbillies that hate you. Have like 2 free drinks because I believe in that because that's part of my pay. $20 and 2 free drinks. I gotta get paid. So
$20. Oh,
I'm only drinking to get paid. You understand? Like, and then that's it. Like, so I would only have like 2 to like 3 or 4 drinks, maybe even just 2 a night. You know, like 4 would be the maximum, but that's a high. It'd be like, you know, 1 to 2, 3 drinks. And then now since the last 6, 7 months, it's just been like I feel like I'm in college, and I've never been to college, so I feel like
yeah.
I'm fucking drinking Rolling Rock and taking shots of Old Crow and eating like cup of noodles all the time. I feel like a fucking college student. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling like a real shitbag the last half a year.
Dude, I smoked enough dope to kill a small horse while I was, you know, stuck at home with COVID, and that's, you know, that's my thing. I was smoking 1/8 of medical shit a week, which is a lot for me,
Right.
a little guy. So I mean, fucking horrible. Like honestly, it was really bad. Like I wasn't enjoying. I think I was crying sometimes while I was smoking. Like it was really bad. I didn't think that have you ever seen fuck me, Apocalypse Now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We
in the
watched.
beginning, homeboy goes crazy, karate chops a mirror.
Oh yeah.
Like, I didn't think weed could take you there, but it can. I've
But
been
it
there.
can.
Yeah. I didn't have green underpants on, but I was doing the same shit he was doing, I'll tell you that. And like right in the middle of that, I got a phone call from my boss, like, how you doing? And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, how are you? No one knows who I am anymore. Yeah. He's like, all right, I'll call you tomorrow. Bye. Then a week later, he
Well,
called.
I mean, back in the day, I think you and I did smoke a small horse, an actual small horse. So, like,
I don't know,
you and
man.
I
You
used to get
can't blame
down.
me for everything because your dad gave us buckets of weed too.
Oh, I wasn't. I'd be doing that. I would be doing that without you. We just happened to be together.
Oh, I know, it was great.
Just like the other night, if no one was there, I'd be fucking with my shirt off, pushing my own tits together, drinking bottles of tequila by myself. I don't care. I like to party. I got, you know, I got
Wait a
fucking
minute, you
brick.
mean it's like Fight Club where you eventually realize that you were the only one there? And all this
Yeah,
shit.
Tyler Durden.
Trying to get someone off the floor that wasn't there. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's my reality.
I'd
Real
pay
life
to
shit.
see that. Like I would watch footage of someone doing that. That needs to be put in.
You might someday.
Oh my god, that's funny. So that's why you're not drinking this
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. So it's really just like I think about it and I'm like, just the taste, like thinking about the taste of it right now. I'm just like, ugh, it's not appealing to me right now.
I mean, I like the beer weed buzz. I like to push those two together. When like that's my ultimate high. You know, unless someone has an 8-ball, but otherwise it's just those two.
Someone has an 8-ball.
No, I really don't fucking send me any coke. I don't do that shit. But in any case, I mean, no one sent me. You could. You could. I would sell it. Honestly, I would sell it.
Yeah, that's what sends to me. I know people that do it. I don't do it, but
Right. You know. Yeah. Anyway, cocaine.
I don't have I don't have a cocaine addiction, but I do have a toy addiction. So give me coke, I'll sell it, and I'll buy toys.
Well,
So,
we'll split it because I want a record. I mean, we share whatever we make. We split it right down the middle like this.
right.
But I like the whole pot buzz with beer. So this whole week I was on vacation. I caught you in the middle, and then we
Yeah.
kept going, and we ended up at a timeshare that my parents had. So long story short, this spot had a hot tub in it, like a personal hot tub,
Nice. Yeah.
and I remember turning it on.
But you were
There was fucking mirrors everywhere, and if you've ever been with a woman who hasn't been surrounded by mirrors, don't get offended when she's not looking at you when you're fooling around. If she's just like, you're like, who the fuck are you looking at? Be like, me. There's like 1,000 of me. I'm like, why are we trying to screw right now? I can't. Can't you just hump my knee? Like, can I just not try at all? Can I just? Because I want to look in the mirror too. So I think at one point we just kind of like sat there on each other, like looking in the mirrors, like over each other's shoulders, just like, yeah. Oh, this is fucking awesome. Hang on a second. Holy shit. Whoops.
I hate looking in the mirrors during sex. I think it's
Oh,
weird.
yeah. It's just like ever since I did acid and they said don't look in the mirror on acid, and I looked in the mirror. I never liked what I saw before that, but I really don't like what I see now. I just don't like this suit that I have. I don't like it, so
dude,
I don't want to see it.
Never look into a mirror on hallucinogens.
I did it.
Man, like I did one time, and my fucking skin looked like old people's skin. It was all wrinkly and paper like. It was disgusting.
Well, I had a pimple on my chin or something or somewhere, and when it was like, and yeah, pimple
chin?
on my chin. Yeah.
This is your chin. You don't even have one on your cheek.
Starts with the same letter, man. Right here on my cheek. That's where it was.
Yeah,
Right
on your cheek.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Fuck it all up. Shit. What were we talking about? Looking in the mirror. I looked in the mirror. I had a pimple on my body. How about that? On my head somewhere. I looked in the mirror, and my whole head, there was no hair. It was all pimples. And I was just like, ah! And then my friends were like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to pop these pimples. I'm like,
that's fucking.
Your hair follicles, knock it off.
That's psychotic. Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah. So don't do drugs, kids. And if you do, don't do them with me because I'm a mess.
I've this might be too much information for this podcast, but the 11 and a half people. I've on mushrooms one time. I tried to jack off. That was weird. That was and it was in the mirror too. So, and I was just like, man, why am I doing this? Why do I need to like look straight ahead and see my tiny dick while I'm on like?
That's not something I want to know. I'd be like, no, yeah. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, and plus, like, I just like couldn't. I was like, what is this? Like,
whose is this?
yeah. And plus, I took it off like this. I could do it,
Exactly. It's stick.
Oh, it's a boomerang. No wonder they have curves in them. Okay.
I always wondered about that. I've asked people with that, like, excuse me, how'd you get that curve in your dick? Like, how do you do that? Is that like is like something you do, or did you tie it in a knot, or what happened? Just curious. It's like working. Is it like working with like Play-Doh? You just keep working it, and eventually you get it into the shape you want.
Yeah.
And if you don't work it, you don't get anything.
It's life, though, right? That's life, man.
I don't care. It's fun anyway.
I don't care.
That's what's fun about my age. I always say I don't give a shit, but I finally got to the point in my life where I've accepted everything for what it is, the way it is, everything I've done. I'm good. I don't give a shit anymore. It doesn't matter. I'm like, dude, you can dry hump my leg if my shit don't work. I really don't care. I'm still going to say funny things and wear a rainbow hat. That's how we have sex, and that's what I like to do. So whatever. If I get to be bored, I mean, if they're bored, I'll just invite more people over. Someone around here wants to have sex. We'll just watch them do it. I don't mind.
Hey, you're just like casting a large net,
Yeah, like, hey, you know what? If you got a penis, come on over. We got a use for it. That's all. It's like renting a bike, except we don't need money.
It's a
Good.
lot like that. Yeah.
It's a lot like that.
Hey, nice mongoose. What is that? Your Huffy's got a nice curve in it. Hop on the pegs, buddy. Let's go.
Sick dick, bro.
Yeah.
Who says that? I do wonder. Like, that must happen somewhere. Like, dick compliments, like in locker rooms and stuff. Like, sick dick,
Oh, man.
homie. Uh,
Sick dick, homie. Tight dick, bro.
just trying to
Yeah.
lift everybody up with COVID, just trying to keep that positive energy flowing. So compliment whatever you got. You feeling
remember-
sad? Pull your dick out. We'll talk about it. It's okay.
There's this well, there was this show in Portland, this comedy show called Comic Strip, and I've done it 5-6 times. I've done it a lot. And I was hosting the show one time. And I was like guest hosting it, and this guy I know got off stage and he was naked. He came back in the green room hanging dick, and I was just like, I don't think he knew how to take this compliment. But I was like, man, you got a really big dick. Good job. And he's just like, and he just put underwear on real quick. But I was standing looking at who's next, because I think I was hosting. I think he was like, he went second, and then there was the headliner, but he walked like kind of like right up to me, and I'm just like, what else am I supposed to say? Like, great dick, pal.
Let's talk about the elephant trunk in the room here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. He's a really nice, sweet guy, and I was just like, man, you got a big dick for a nice guy. Not that I think people that have big dicks are mean. I'm just saying, like, a sweetheart with a sweet cock.
Like, so that's where you get that confidence you have from. I was wondering where the fuck you just feel so, why I walk around like this, just like my dick. Maybe people are representations of their penis. Like, if you walk around all day long, it's like, yeah, he's got a sad penis. These people are just like, hey, how you doing? I'm great. You great? I'm great. It's like, he's got a big dick. Oh, well, just standing up there.
Yeah, but his dick might be big, but his dick's probably annoying, Hey, how you doing? Calm the fuck down.
Like a bobblehead. Like, ugh, fuck. Yeah, you don't want to tell. Yeah, I mean, then when people find out about you, then you're getting phone calls in the middle of the night, because of your package.
Yeah.
I've heard. No one calls me at night.
I get a lot of calls at night, but they're all complaints,
Yeah, I get plenty. Yeah, they stopped calling. Dude, something crazy happened to me. Eventually I'll find a punchline for it, but this seriously happened. I came back from my vacation. I had to work one day, then I got 2 more days off, so I was really relaxed and just like, get a phone. When you call in to what I do, I have a pre-message that says, hello, this is Tony with so-and-so. How can I help you?
Right.
That gives, and then I talk. And so the woman hears that message, and before I speak, she says, all right, listen here, white devil. I still am not really sure what to say about it, but I was just like, and I'm recorded. I cannot be me. I have to be another version of me. So it's probably pleasant. But in any case, she was like, I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am. Could you say that again? And she's like, you heard me, motherfucker. I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, I'm sorry. Did I call you? And she's like, no, I called you, and I ain't putting up with your shit. Now do what the fuck I want. And I'm like, what is it that you want from the white devil? And she's like, don't fuck with me. And she's like, you know what I want. And I was like, I really didn't. I had no fucking idea, man. I mean, it's like walking into the middle of an orgy thinking that you're going to a Christmas dinner. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? And she was like, you know what I want. You heard what I said. Now do what I asked. And I'm like, transfer. Bye. Just transfer. Fucking out of here, man. I didn't know what else to do. I was like, you want to be transferred, right? Okay, bye. You're out. Doesn't mean you call me the White Devil. The White Devil thing was fine. I was like, that's awesome. It's about fucking time. Jesus.
Right.
I've been waiting 40 fucking years for someone to give me something good. Honky, cracker, but White Devil? That's the ultimate. And I didn't even do anything. That's what's neat. It's like, I feel no guilt. I said nothing ignorant. I haven't said anything ignorant in a while. It was like, this is fucking cool. If she was nice to me, I probably would have helped her. Like, hey, the White Devil wants to help you. The White Devil isn't the Red Devil. He's a good devil. It's like the good witch. You know, I'm the good witch, the good White Devil. But she didn't let me do all that, so it didn't happen. But I'm really happy that that happened. I feel like I could die now. I do. I'm like, someone call me the White Devil. I'm ready to go. I was just writing in my notebook about how I'd done a lot with my life, but I haven't really accomplished anything. And then that happened. And I'm like, fuck, that's not true anymore. Something happened. I'm the White Devil.
Did she did she get disconnected with a different person?
I think what happened was the person before me was like, transfer.
Yeah.
She's probably still bouncing around the system. That was 4 days ago.
Could she see a picture of you? Like anywhere?
No. Mm-mm. There isn't one. She heard my voice before I spoke because of the pre-recorded message. And I definitely sound like a honky because I'm a honky.
Yeah, but I know plenty of Latino or Asian people or anybody, really. I get it. Believe me, I get it. But I'm just saying, I think that's just such a funny thing just to be like, he sounds white, so he's the White Devil. Like, you know. There's a lot of people that I know that are definitely a person of color that, you know, just sound like this. Like just, you know, a voice.
Right.
But I think that's fucking hilarious. It'd be even more funny if you weren't white, you know.
I couldn't bait that hook at all. I wasn't. Yeah. I'm not allowed. But God, did
I know. I'm not saying. I'm just.
I wanted to do so many things that I'm capable of doing as a human being. Not being mean, just playing along. Like, man, my name's Tyrone Jenkins. I'm from Alabama. My whole family were African American, have been forever. I mean, I'm not the White Devil. I'm the Black Devil. Everyone knows that. That's what they call me here. It's just like whatever. I don't give a shit. It was just great. You know why I like that? I fucking like it because racism is everywhere, and I took it on the chin. I don't get put up with it every day, but that was racism, right? I mean, if you looked it up, let me check. Yep, that's racist. Cool. Fucking right on, baby. Give me another one. Because I didn't feel like I got enough shit I'm serious. I didn't feel like I got enough shit. I didn't. People didn't call me cracker, honky, all that enough. So finally, it's like, cool. Someone just calls someone they never met before the White Devil. Like, what is that person like in real life? What is she like when at her job? Like, what does she do? You know, do you work with people? Do you call your customers White Devils? Can I work there too? What's going on? Because that sounds like a lot of fun. Like, fuck you, honky. Like, awesome. Can I get 3 packs of cigarettes, please?
You've probably never really been called any of that stuff because it doesn't hurt white people's feelings. Like, like, no. You're like, so.
Yeah, it's really not even fair because it was like, yeah, whatever. Call me whatever the fuck you want. I know, but it felt good. It was just so out of left field. It was like, fuck yeah, right on. I would have given her a handshake, like fucking not with COVID, but like, good job. Fucking A. Do it every time you call in. You should do that. It's fucking hilarious, and no one is gonna do anything about it.
Right. I think White Devil's pretty good. It's funny, but like I think the cutest, like just the funny, like ha ha, funniest one is Honky. I think that's just.
It kind of sounds like a clown's name, like Honky the Clown.
Hey, I'm Honky.
Yeah, it's funny. Honky, cracker. I love crackers. Tuna fish, yes, please. Like, what are you talking about? And the White Devil, that's just funny because there is no White Devil. We don't know the devil's red. Like, that's just creative.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, Pacino played him, right? Was it? Yeah, Pacino played. He was white, so he's a White Devil. That's fair. And that's nice. Maybe she was giving me a compliment.
And he's Italian, though, so,
Italian White Devil. How
Mhm.
about that? That's nice.
So, sounds like a beverage. Sounds
Yo, let me
delicious.
get 2 Italian White Devils, please. You got
Yeah.
them right here.
It's like a White Russian, but
Just has a cherry stem sticking out of it like a tail, like at a white drink with like a. I don't drink a lot.
Yeah.
Cat drinks more than I do. But yeah, that was fun. And dude, I saw the first Nightmare on Elm Street at the
Nice.
drive-in. That was sick.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking rad.
Yeah, so the place we go, I've mentioned it before. It's called the Mahoning. Apparently, this dude says that's the host of the joint. Says that people come from all over the country, like fly out for this shit, which says a lot about what these people's hobbies are. But in any case, they had a Freddy fest. So within 3 days, they showed all the Freddy movies
Yeah.
and other shit like Shocker that Wes Craven did. So I'm laying in the back of the car, not sober, at the end of a 7-day like drinking stoner traveling binge, and I'm sitting there watching the movie, and I'll be damned if someone doesn't come up the side of the car and then turn around and grab my damn foot with a Freddy claw on. And this was the first time I actually didn't get an F-bomb out. I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, oh. And Freddy, like you hear me, he's like, I was like, not funny, man. I just shit my car. And he just like he really starts laughing. But it was great, man. If you assholes like driving movies and all that crap, check out the Mahoning. Apparently, people drive far and wide to go see movies there. But old
Yeah.
35 millimeter. But I've never seen that movie. And if you
really?
don't bring my parents not happening. So I saw the Poltergeist once when I was a kid at someone else's house. We were at a sleepover, and I went out to get a drink of water, and his mom was like, "You guys want to watch this movie with me?" And I'm just standing like kind of behind the couch, watching, and I see I remember a skeleton coming down on an elevator or something, and I was just like, "I'm fucking out, bye." I just went in the room and played toys by myself for like an hour. I was like, "I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not going out there." And I didn't sleep all night. I wouldn't eat the next morning. I was stressed out. So no, I haven't seen. This is the first time I saw Freddy, and I noticed something. If you don't bring your boom box, you have to play the music through your car. Long story short, it sounded like shit because I didn't have my boom box, so I couldn't hear the radio station coming in.
Oh, so you need like a speaker, like a
And you can't.
MP3
I
Bluetooth
guess
speaker.
I should know this because I sell phones and all that bullshit, but apparently you can't put an FM receiver thing on your phone and just pull in a local radio station. If you can, hit us up, show me how, because I think that's interesting. But I was trying to do it on my phone and then Bluetooth it to my speaker. Apparently that's not possible. So long story short, since I didn't have my boombox, I couldn't hear the sound. You can hear echoes from other cars, and I learned something. Horror movies, especially older horror movies, you don't need sound. You really don't need to hear any of the fucking dialogue whatsoever. You don't. You should. It's so fun to watch it without the dialogue, because I mean, you hear it like, "Mom, fuck is this?" So yeah, we get it. Someone's dying. Someone else is gonna die, and then everyone's gonna die, and then Freddy's gonna come by in a really cool Cadillac with an awesome cover, and Mom's gonna get sucked through a window. You don't need to hear this shit.
Right.
What was cool was every time that someone got fucked up, the whole 500 people in the drive-in were like, "Yeah!" That was fun. That was like being in a gladiator match, man. I guess, but
I get that because like a lot of horror movies. I'm not saying the plot's bad, like the movie's bad or anything. I'm just saying, most horror movies, it's like the plot's simple. Good guy, bad guy. Bad guy tries to get good guy tries to run from bad guy. Like it's pretty simple. So I guess if you just know the basic plot of the movie, then you don't really need to hear it.
well, I mean, they could have just called, like, instead of the 17 Freddy titles, they could just be called Freddy Wins Again. Freddy's still winning, and he's gonna continue to win because that's what happens. And I love that. It's just like any horror movie, the bad guy's supposed to win. That's why it's horrible, right? It's horrible. The bad guy wins. Yeah, so fuck it. Rock on, man. So being stoned, having the poop scared out of me in my car and watching that, it was fun as hell. It was like, this is great. Old horror movies at the drive-in, super fun, man. I was surprised.
I've never been to a drive-in movie theater.
This is my COVID activity. It's replaced a lot of shit. Concerts, fucking sporting events.
Sure.
It's fun, man. I mean, whatever, something to do.
Sure. Yeah. I've never been. There's there's a couple around here, but
The neat thing about this is he's one of the last people that's running 35 millimeter film.
mhm.
So it's old school as shit. And that's apparently why people come by to see it. And it is pretty neat. And it was neat. Like at some points it actually kind of like shook and jumped a little bit. You know, it's like to the next is like something that would happen in the 80s. So I was like, if you can
Okay.
appreciate that, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I could see why people might some film buffs and movie nerds, film nerds would travel far and wide to, you know, to see
Well,
that. I get
right,
it.
you can
Yeah.
camp out for the weekend and just stay there every
Mhm.
night and then watch movies and all that crap. And it's in the mountains, so there's stuff to do. But I don't know, man. That's some fun shit to do. And that's what I saw. So that happened. And
Oh, cool.
fucking, I just want to say this real quick. I went to Woodstock. I'm a big music head
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
got to check out Woodstock. And it's not a waste of time. If you dig music, like just really just love music, understanding how that festival went down and being on those grounds, just taking a
Mhm.
walk, doing your thing, highly recommended. Definitely recommended.
Is it a either way? It's cool, but do they have? Is there anything set up? Is there
Yes.
any? Yeah, they have like
Yep. So
memorabilia and shit like that.
so they have a museum. You can go to the you buy tickets for the museum. It's not huge. I'm not going to lie to you. So take your time if you go.
Mhm.
But there's a shitload of information in there. They have it set up really cool. They have a hippie bus in there. I always learn new shit. I spend a lot of my time watching stuff that no one cares about anymore, like that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I learned a bunch of shit that I didn't know. And then they have a 30-minute movie at the end of the tour through the stuff. So do all that to get your money's worth. Don't buy anything in the gift shop because apparently hippies discovered money and they really like it. Or some Jewish person runs that store because the shit was ridiculous. I'm
Mhm.
half Jewish, so if you want to start some shit, we'll start some shit. But in any case, fuck that. It was too expensive. However, when you go outside the back door, they built their own venue, which is really weird because you would think just stick it on the Woodstock Hill, like why the fuck not? But they didn't. The Woodstock Hill is over to the left. If you go straight out the door, you'll come to a new venue with a pavilion and a wine bar and nice bathrooms and everything that isn't Woodstock. Okay? That's all I had to say. It's bullshit. Adam Sandler played there last year. Like,
Ugh, really?
whatever. Glitter out of my penis. Yeah, cool stuff, but everyone's older and brings their favorite folding chair, shit like that. But if you go over this way, there's a listening tour you can do, which I don't listen to anybody anyway, so I'm not going to do that. But there's signs you can read,
Mhm.
so tells you all these cool facts, and it's just a big it's the field, it's the hill, and there is a buzz in the air. And the cool thing was while we were there, right when we were just walking the hill, we were the only ones out there. We're walking the hill. It started to rain, and if you know Woodstock,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know it
Mhm.
fucking rained. So we were just like, of course, I smoked one of the biggest joints I've ever rolled. So is how much kind of stuff in this thing? We're gonna fucking go to Woodstock. So yeah, it was awesome. They have a plaque out there. If you care about shit like that, there isn't a whole lot to do inside right now. I recommend driving your ass up to Woodstock. There's a ton of
Right.
waterfalls, and the leaves are changing right now, which is something old people say, including me. The leaves look amazing if you're driving your
That
Subaru and you're middle aged like I am.
that
You
is an old person thing. Like, oh, it's warm out. Oh, the leaf. That's fall. Look at all the leaves. They're falling.
Oh, it was one of the selling points of the trip. It was like I said it. I was like, we should drive all the way up to fucking Maine and then across back to Pennsylvania. The leaves will look amazing. And they did. And I kept talking about the leaves. You know why? Because I got nothing left. I'm on my way out. I'm talking about leaves. I'm not interesting anymore. I'm fucking done. I'm leaves. You can't. There's not even a newspaper to read anymore. So I think I'm just done soon. Like once you start talking about leaves and like the neighbor fixing the garage or something, it's over. There's nothing else to talk about. I mean, I don't talk about sports because I don't care. So it's just, I don't know. The leaves were cool. That's it. If I died, I'd be happy. Like I saw some pretty fucking leaves. I went to the Woodstock. Fucking, did you know that Santana's drummer on that day was 17 years old?
No,
17-year-old kid on the Woodstock stage in front of 450,000 people banging out a drum solo. They did a
that's
10-minute jam as
awesome.
their closer. Like I love fucking music. And to see that, hear all that shit, like you leave with a new favorite band when you go see something like that.
Right.
For my lady, it was Janice. She found Janice's set that she played at Woodstock.
Oh, right on. Really?
It
Nice.
it gives you something else to think about. With all the stupid COVID face mask farting around bullshit. Anyway, just something else to think about. Because everywhere we went on our trip, everyone was masked up inside and out. At least when I was around here, you can walk down the neighborhood without having to wear a mask. But that seems to be changing. It seems like everything you do now, the masks are getting more and more and more.
Right.
It's just like, all right, I just want to go sit on a fucking hill and not think about that and check out some shit that was cool. It happened 50 years ago.
Right.
You know, one of the first festivals. And
It's
just
been
what was really
awesome.
neat was they drove home the concept of it wasn't just a music festival. It was a bunch of people pushed together in a situation that was kind of out of control. No one hurt anybody on purpose. Nothing got violent. Everyone made it happen, and there wasn't really any police.
Okay.
Everyone came together because of the war and the bullshit. And here's the fun part: a 3-day ticket was 18 fucking dollars. So if you're a promoter out there, hello, yeah, they had a killer lineup, better than most of your lineups, and they only charge $18. So figure it out.
Yeah, but that was 50 years ago.
I don't give a shit. I want a $18 festival, damn it. So I can afford your $30 beers. Fucking crazy. But in any case, that looked like a really fun time, man. If you're ever in the area, or I don't give a shit, go check out Woodstock. From a guy who went, it was super fun. Just a nice place to relax.
Right on, man. Well, cool. I'm glad you got to go see
Speaking
that.
of music, you want to talk about
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm glad that you got to go see that shit. That's cool for you. Yeah. All right. So it's my turn to expose the album. The album that we decided to review was from the Deftones, the band called the Deftones, and it's their newest album. Came out this year. Came out pretty recently, a couple of weeks ago. It's called Ohms,
Yep.
and I've been listening. Before it came out, they put out a single, and there was a music video, and you sent me the music video. It's the self-titled track. The song's called Ohms, and it took me a second to get into that song, and it took me a second to get into the album. And at first, I wasn't too into it. I probably listened to it because at first it just was like, it just sounds like the Deftones, because I'm a big Deftones fan. That's one of the, I have two favorite bands, and that's one of them. And so all time, one of my favorite bands. And it took me a second, but now I realize I've really listened to it and really listened to like every song in detail. And I listened to the album probably, I don't even know, probably like 10 to 20 times. Like I've listened to it a lot. And I've realized that it's a really good album. That is my takeaway from it. I give it like an 8 out of a 10, 8.5 out of a 10 album.
Right. No, it's valid. You nailed it. It's pretty much how I felt.
Right.
Because I like I told you before this, I was like, I think the problem is that the album before that didn't do much for me. And Deftones has been honestly one of my top bands since I was like 16.
Mm-hmm.
When Around the Fur, I found them when Around the Fur came out, and
Right.
Anyway, I've been into them ever since, and every album kind of spoke to like a part of my life. I feel like I grew up with the Deftones, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
But when Gore came out, I don't know, like I own Gore on vinyl, and I bought it because I was like, the Deftones have never made a shitty album, so
Right.
I trust them, and I just bought it, and I never listened to it. So,
yeah, that album is it just sounds like background Deftones. It sounds like it's like an autopilot album. It sounds like Deftones, but it sounds like they weren't all there or something.
Right. But this one seems like they had something to say, because there's something behind it. I did what you said. I listened to it more than twice.
Mm-hmm.
I actually listened to it but today I listened to it twice. And there's a couple of songs that keep getting me. something. What is it? I'm trying to remember the name. I have to cheat here for a second, but I did want to bring it up because there's one song, I don't know why, it just keeps grabbing me. And then now the song before that is getting me too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like sometimes you attach yourself to a song in an album, and then all of a sudden the whole damn album sounds amazing.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
So it was This Link Is Dead.
This link is dead. Okay.
I don't know why, but for some reason, like that's the point in the album that I have no idea. But at that point, I'm just like really like, yeah, and that's like 8 songs, 6, 7 songs down. But
Okay.
then I was listening to the song before that. It looks like Pompeii. You spell Pompeii with a J?
Pompeii?
Yeah, the track list.
Yeah.
I don't. It looks like it's
Yeah. Yeah.
Pompeii.
Pompeii. Yeah. Pompeii. That's probably right.
There's a J in there. If you, I don't know how you spell Pompeii.
Right.
In any case, that song started to get. It just all the album is turning into an epic for me. Somehow,
Right.
you keep listening to shit, and it just keeps building on you. And I think this album will bring me back into the Deftones because I haven't listened to the Deftones on purpose in a couple of years.
Really?
When you and I went and saw that, we saw them. How do you
Uh-huh.
pronounce that name? Yoko, whatever.
No, it was Keanu Arioki, something like that. Keanu Arioki, something.
Right. But we saw them
Something like
perform
that.
that, like that opening track or something,
Yeah.
and it put the
Real
whole,
atmosphere.
both of us had a great. I remember we both really enjoyed that show,
Yeah.
and that helped hook the album. I love that album,
Right.
and
I
this
uh I just I think every band is going to have a album, and not just they're going to. I think they should, because why should everything be so fucking great? Everyone should have a bad album. Everyone has a bad set. Everyone has a bad show. Everyone is going to have a lackluster album. It just matters how you come back from that. So for me, I love the Deftones and I listen to them often. I listen to them all, like, not every day, but like every other day. I listen to them all the time. And I just skip over Gore. I don't listen to it. There's
right.
not, I can't think of a song or even a lyric from that album. But, to me, they're batting like 90 to 95 out of 100. So that's pretty good
Right. And you
as
know
a
what?
whole.
There's something in that album that fucks me up, and I really like it. It's when you hear the seabirds
What album? The
on this
Gore?
album, on this new album. You
Yeah.
can hear the seabirds, the seagulls and shit. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
hear 'em.
yeah.
I don't know where it's at in there, but they rocking the fuck out, and then you just hear every time I hear it, I'm just like, I don't know, I feel like I'm in a little state of ecstasy. Like
Yeah.
right in, if that makes any sense. Like it's just like this is fucking awesome. How are they rocking out, and then she's like, ah, ah, ah. I'm like, how do I fucking do that? And like, how does that work?
Right.
How many metal shows have you been to where they're just stopped and you hear birds? You're like, fuck yeah,
Like, what the
these birds are metal, man. Fuck.
that's cool, because like this album Ohms is really has a lot of layers of stuff like that in it. It's really layered. It's a lot of it's atmospheric. Like,
I love that.
there parts of it are heavy, but in Deftones, typical Deftones fashion, that's not heavy all the time. They're
No,
not like
no, rock band, yeah. Up and
they
down.
have layers of different styles of music, and he screams, goes high, sings clean, does his googie bath, like whisper, like I'm sexy voice, and then he does like screams like a high pitched baby, and then
Fuck
like
yeah. I
he
love
does
it.
a lot.
I love
Chino
it.
does a lot of cool things, and I think Stefan, the guitar player,
Yeah.
has a cool, simple but really awesome way of playing. I mean, simple is good, like playing guitar, because he plays a lot of like power chords and a lot of
Yes.
like one finger, like simple, and he plays a 7-string guitar, and he's tuned really low, and he has a lot of cool effects on it, and he just has a really cool way of playing. And
Yep.
I've always loved Abe. I always loved the drummer. I mean, he just fucking just this like fucking this little dude with long hair that like just fucking goes for it.
Yep.
So
And what I liked
yeah,
about Ohms, what I liked about Ohms too, the beginning, is that
yeah,
it's got that static interference, so you can't. It's one of those where you turn it up because you don't know if you're hearing it like the first time.
right,
So you
yeah,
crank it, and then it's really fucking loud. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a trick because you're like, the fuck, I played it. What the hell's going on? And then you're like, oh, okay, I hear it. I hear it, and it's like, like, ah, shit. All right. You got me. You got me. You got me. You got me. It does. It really. I appreciate you telling me, or saying listen to it twice. I'll be listening to it a lot more now.
yeah.
It's
It's one of those albums that it's just like you have to get into it and really listen to everything, because it's just if you don't take your time, it could just sound like nothing. It just sounds like, oh, that just sounds like Deftones. But if you really sit down and try to get into it, you're like, every song has something. There's a lot of catchy riffs and songs on there, and I tried to do that with Gore. I gave it a really big chance because I really wanted. I
yeah.
love the album cover. I think the album cover is fucking
I
awesome,
know that's a bummer.
and it just didn't do it for me. But you
It
know,
did. I don't think it did it for a lot of people, but I mean that's all right, man. Right now, like Trent Reznor said something I read about a year ago. He said in the '90s and shit, there was a lot of music to listen to. Like every month, there would be up to 8 good albums a
right,
month that you could listen to. And he's like now that's not the case. Like now, maybe one a month if you're
right,
if you're lucky. And he's not wrong. It just depends on how much shit you listen to, but he's not wrong. So when you have something come across and it's good, you really got to fucking dig into it and enjoy it and milk the shit out of it and get what you can out of these. Like there's a couple albums that are out right now that I think are really good, and this is on that list. There's only 3 that I could tell you as far as new music are worth listening to, and that is one
right,
of them, hands down. They brought themselves back from gore, and they didn't make a huge change as far as like this is a whole new sound or anything like that. Like, no, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do it with purpose, and we're gonna make sure that our fans fucking like this one,
yeah,
and we like it, and here it
yeah,
is. And that's why I think it is good, because you're like, is this gonna be fucking gore again? Is this where we're at? And then you're like, it could be, and you keep listening to it. You're like, no, 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 no. This is no. Okay, all right. And then you listen to it again.
right.
So yeah, you had to. I think that then when a band has a shitty album, sometimes you have to listen to the next one, because you could be a little like, is this shitty too? Or did they bring it back together? You know. So
Right.
in any case, I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but they got me. They're a good fucking album.
Yeah, man, I like it, and I like the music video for the song Ohms is really cool. That's the one that you showed me,
Hmm.
and has that big hand in it. You
I
know.
don't think I saw it. I think I fucking saw the video and sent it to you and went back to work. I don't think I watched it. It's like, ooh, Alex. All right, bye.
You fucking pothead.
Not at work, man. I got rules. I can't be Mr. Telephone Man stoned. I just can't do it. It doesn't work. I got to do it sober. I got to put my bullshit voice on. That doesn't work high.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude, it's a solid fucking album. I really hope that you get to go see them whenever the fuck that happens. That's an album I want to. The thing is a couple bands put out good albums, and you're like, damn it, they would be touring this and playing this right now.
Right fucking
So I
now, yeah.
sure fucking hope that they still have interest in this album when they get to play. I'm sure they will. I don't know how that works for bands, but
Mhm.
like, I just hope that they're gonna do whatever the hell they were gonna do, and they're just as passionate about it.
Right. Um, yeah, because I was supposed to see them, this year, like at the big, pretty much I forget what month, but the beginning of the whole COVID thing, and then it got changed to September of this year, and then it got changed to September of next year. So it's in a year, basically.
Hmm.
So in a year, I will hopefully, fingers crossed, go see Deftones and Gojira open for the Deftones
Yeah,
at
killer
the
fucking show.
Roseland in Portland. And it's perfect because Gojira has a new album coming out, and they have a single and a music video out, and it's pretty rad. It's not super heavy. It's more melodic.
Cool.
And it's fucking yeah, it's good. They're one of those bands that are still metal and still definitely heavy, but their first couple of albums are fucking like their very first like full length, forget what it's called, but it's a fucking like just sludgy fucking just dirty fucking death metal. Like it's fucking heavy. They're just dirty, heavy Frenchmen playing metal. It's fucking awesome.
Right.
And they're still heavy. It's just more melodic.
Like I said, you grow up when you get into a band and they get older, you get older. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, exactly. Because,
I don't know. I'm not slamming my head through plate glass windows anymore. Listening to Slayer all the time, and neither is Slayer. They just retired. So
it's a weird thing for me.
What's
bands retiring?
Well, they always fucking come back anyway. I mean, they always like, we had to do it again. We're hooked. It's like, no shit. You've been a band for 40 years.
I get the whole like making people want it. Like, oh, we're going away, and then 2 years later we're doing our reunion tour, and then they jack the tickets up. But when I hear the word retire, I just think, oh, like I'm retiring from fucking whatever 9-to-5 job I've had for 40 years, and I'm cashing in my 401k, and I'm taking it easy with the wife, But I get that whole they're coming back thing, jacking the tickets up. But I guess I just wish people, instead of saying retiring, I guess I wish bands and performers like that would just say quit. That's all. Because retiring.
Or just say you're taking a fucking break like they usually do. Don't, and if you never play again, you never fucking play again.
Right.
And if they're like, then people are like, well, you guys still a band? Be like, well, yeah, everyone's still alive. And we like to, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're still around. We just don't feel like playing music right now. So we're not. Right. We're not broken up. We didn't quit. We still accept the checks when they come in from our royalties. We're a band. I mean, yeah, don't fucking quit. Don't retire. Just be like, hey, you're not going to see us for a while. That's it. We're not going on tour next year. We don't see ourselves going on tour in a while. You might want to buy some fucking tickets. That's it. And then when you say that to people, you better give them a fucking show. Like if you usually give them a show, you better give them a show, a really good show. Like fucking play the hits too, man. I don't give a shit. Be a little corporate whore for me. Play the hits. Give it to me good, baby. Don't sell me shit. Don't do that to me. Give it to me good if you're gonna leave for a while. Like breakup sex. If we're not gonna fuck for a while, we better make this last one good. That's what I want. So if you're like, oh, this is our last thing, like cool. I expect a 4-hour set with no fucking coffee breaks. Let's go.
Right.
That's fucking A, man. Yeah, well, look, the dude from Slayer, he's fucking grandpa. And he said that. He's like, I'm a grandpa now. He's like, I want to be around the kids. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You rose demons and shit. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, see.
You're the white devil.
Right, yeah. Well, see, that's that guy, they're actually, like, you watch interviews and stuff, they're just, like, fun, lovable guys,
Right. They use all that energy to play the music. They're not pissed off when they're done. They're ready for a beer and a bath.
See, that's the thing, is I know, I get it, but I've never listened to metal, and I've never listened to metal, and it made me, like, pissed off or energetic. I'm never like, bah, when I listen to metal. I just like turn it on and I'm like, like I just listen to metal. Like I listen to Meshuggah and wash the dishes. Like it's music that I like and I turn it on. I'm never like, fucking go! Like, yeah, I worked out today. Like I worked out today and I was listening to Meshuggah, but that's just because I was listening to Meshuggah, It had nothing to do with like, I really need to get into it.
No, I'm moody. If you put something on, it matches my mood, then I'm gonna dig into it and act like a jackass and whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't get me hyped. It doesn't get me. I'm just like, this is what I listen to and I like it, so I'm listening to it because this is what I do. It's what I do.
Right, and people are like, Tony, you listen to so many different kinds of music. I'm like, yeah, you're also the one who tells me I'm a moody son of a bitch. So
Right.
if I have a lot of moods, I'm gonna need a lot of music.
Right.
That's what I do.
It's a good point.
So
Good.
I'm on the fence about this week's album choice. I got
Okay.
two that I want to bring up, but I'm gonna have to pick one. Fuck. All right, fine.
Well, just flip a coin.
All right. I don't have any fucking coins because of this coin shortage. Um,
Damn
all right,
coin shortage.
we'll do fuck it. The album I want to talk about next week is the Flaming Lips American Head, their brand new record. That's what I want to talk about.
American Head.
American Head.
Yeah, let me write it down. Flaming Lips. American Head.
And I'll say this up front. If you're not a
Yeah.
Lips fan, oh well, check it out. If it's, if you're gonna, not for Alex will listen, he gives it a fair shake. But the Flaming Lips have been around forever. They're awesome. They've kind of felt stagnant for a little while, especially in their show. This album, a lot of people, I'll tell you this, if you've ever done hallucinogenics, this is your album. Long story short, there's like 3 songs where they mentioned Quaaludes, LSD, and all kind, and not in a crazy way, more like this is what I learned from these things. I'm middle-aged now, and I've taken drugs, and I'm still alive, and this is what I have to say about it. It's that kind of record. Like,
Nice.
fucking far out. They're saying something on this one. So that's why I liked it. Since 12 of you, however many are watching these days, I know the 3 of you have done acid, so you'll dig this album, at least a few songs. It's one of those albums for me right now that I can't stop listening to. So thought I'd talk about it while I'm still fresh.
Yeah, man. We'll check it out.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Flaming Lips, American Head. And then we'll talk about that and for sure drugs next week, because
Yeah. Well,
you're not talking
yeah,
about
it's kind of the theme a little bit.
themed, yeah.
But
Drugs and penises. That's what we talk about here. All right, man. Well, it's been a nice, fun show. Are we good? Do we do our?
Yeah, man. We're it. This is done. And check out our Instagram page, Titfu69. We're adults. Check that shit out. We post a couple times a week, usually probably once because I'm lazy. Yeah, so check that shit out. There's memes, pictures, let you know when the show's coming out. Just a little reminder. So check that shit out and see you next week. Or, see you when you'll see us when, bye.